You know, a lot of people feel like they're doing everything right. They work, they learn, they try to grow, but their income stays almost the same. Maybe it increases a little, but not in a way that truly changes their life. And at some point, a quiet frustration appears. Why isn't this working? And most people start looking outside. The economy, the market, lack of opportunities, timing. But almost no one looks at something much deeper, something that doesn't look like a problem, but quietly controls everything. The fear of income growth. And here's the key, it doesn't feel like fear. You don't wake up thinking, I'm afraid to earn more money. It's much more subtle than that. It hides in your daily behavior, in small decisions, in the way you react to opportunities. For example, you start something new, but lose momentum quickly. An opportunity appears, but you delay. You move forward, and suddenly something unexpected happens. And from the outside, it looks like circumstances, but inside, it's resistance, because growth always means change, and change always feels unfamiliar, and anything unfamiliar feels unsafe. So here's something important to understand. You're not afraid of money. You're afraid of who you have to become to handle more of it, because a higher income comes with different decisions, different responsibilities, a different pace of life, a different self-image. And if inside, you don't feel stable in that version of yourself, you will return to what feels familiar, again and again, not because you can't earn more, but because it doesn't feel like you yet. So let's pause for a moment and ask a real question. What would actually change if my income grew? Not the ideal answer, but the honest one. Would you feel freedom or pressure? Would you feel calm or tension? Because your answer reveals everything. If inside there is more tension than ease, you will unconsciously limit your growth. And this is not a flaw, it's protection. Your system always chooses what feels safe, even if that means staying where you are. But here's the good news. This can change, not through force, not through pressure, but through awareness. So let's try something together. Right now, imagine that your income has already increased. Not dramatically, just clearly higher than before. And don't go into thinking. Stay with the feeling. What do you notice in your body? Is there tension? Tightness? A need to control everything? A fear of not being able to handle it? Just notice. Because this is your current edge, your current limit. And instead of trying to break it, you expand it, gently, step by step, through familiarity, through allowing yourself to get used to this new level. And this is where real work begins. Every time you think about earning more, don't go straight into plans. Stay with the feeling. And if tension appears, don't ignore it. Ask yourself, what exactly feels difficult about this? Let the answer come, without forcing it, and then take one more step. Don't run away from that feeling. Stay with it, and add a simple idea. I can get used to this, step by step. Not instantly, not perfectly, but gradually. And this is important, because growth is not a jump, it's adaptation. The more you allow yourself to adapt, the more natural the new level becomes. Without stress, without pressure, without inner resistance. And at that point, money stops feeling like something big. It becomes normal, natural, expected. And that's when the real shift happens. Not through effort, but through internal expansion. And if right now you feel even a slight sense of ease, that means something has already started to change. And that's how it begins. Not with action, but with state. If this resonates with you, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because here we go deeper than surface-level advice. And leave a like, so more people can understand what's really holding them back. Because most of the time, the problem is not a lack of money, it's a lack of internal readiness for more. And remember, anything is possible. And now, let's go even deeper. Because next, We're going to explore how to stabilize this new level and stop falling back into old patterns.